Hello there everyone! Welcome to another video class. For today, you are going to learn Math subject with Teacher Riva. Math with Teacher Riva. Before we start, I would like you to get your notebook and pen and do copy important information. Okay? Are you ready to start now? Well, that's good. For today's video, we are going to talk about fractions. Again, we are going to talk about fractions. When we speak of fractions, I know you are very familiar with this, right? Anywhere you can see a lot of things, a lot of objects, a lot of experiences that involves fractions. Am I right? Right, as you can see on your screen, you can see it through the clock or through the prices of the gasoline. You can also see fractions when you try to measure any liquid in a glass. You can also see fractions when you try to measure condiments like sugar, like salt. And lastly, you can also see fractions when you try to create or make or cook different kinds of food. Right. Fractions. What are we going to do with these fractions? For today's video, we are going to focus on simplifying fractions. Again, simplifying fractions. Can you say it again? Very good. Simplifying fractions. Let's learn first different vocabulary words that can help you understand more the concept of simplifying or making fractions at its lowest terms. Listen to teacher first. Number 1. This is said as equivalent fractions. Equivalent fractions. Simplify. Lowest term. Common factor. Canceling fractions. Highest common factor. Now, it's your turn to say the vocabulary words. Ready? In 3, 2, 1. Doing good, everybody. Now, let's proceed to a more in-depth learning of this topic. As you can see here, I have 3 pictures. first picture has 4 divided parts and 1 is shaded. Next is 8 parts with 2 shaded parts. And next is 16 parts with 4 shaded parts. So the first picture, its fraction form is 1/4. The second form is 2/8. And the last one is 4/16. 1 because only 1 is shaded, 2 is shaded, and 4 is shaded. Now, remember, a fraction has different parts, the numerator and the denominator, right? Numerator is on top, denominator is at the bottom. In this case, all the 3 pictures have the same shaded portions, right? If it's the case, we call it equivalent fractions. Can you say it again? Equivalent fractions. Okay, and if we have equivalent fractions, that means we are going to simplify fractions. Or in simple terms, we are going to make the fraction into a lowest term. Okay? Again, if it's equivalent fractions, we simplify them. Simplify fractions. So, let's take for example. Example number 1. I have here 4/16. Again, 4/16. What do we do when we will simplify it? We are going to look for the common factor. Common, same. Factor is the number that we can divide both the numerator and the denominator. So we need to look at first the common factor. Let's start with the lowest number. Let's start with 1. Is 1 a common factor for 4 and 16? Yes, it is. But remember, if we divide a fraction to 1, the answer is the number itself. So let's move on to much higher factor. Let's try 2. Okay, so we set our common factor as 2. So we divide now. 4 divided by 2 and 16 divided by 2. 4 divided by 2 is equal to 2, and 4 divided by 2 and also 16 divided by 2. 4 หาร 2 16 หาร 2. How much? It's equal to, okay, good job. It's 2/8. Very good. Is 2/8 in its lowest term already? No, it's not. Very good. Then what are we going to do? We are going to make it and change it still into its lowest term. So we do it again. 2 divided by 8 or 2/8. Divide by the common factor, which is 2. So same. 2 divided by 2. 8 divided by 2. What's the answer? Good job. It is 1/4. 1/4. 1/4. Let's try to see if we can still make 1/4 in its lowest term. Let's put 1/4 divided by 2. 1 divided by 2. Can or cannot? Cannot. Very good. 4 divided by 2. Can or cannot? Can. But we have to make sure that both numerator and denominator can be divisible by 2. But 1 and 2 cannot be. So, that means there is no answer already. So that means again, 1/4 is already our lowest term. So we stop until 1/4. So the simplified term is 1/4. Do you understand? Okay, let's move on to another example. Example number 2. We have 4/8. What is the common factor? Can we use 2? Let's use 2 for a start. Next, 4 divided by 2 and 8 divided by 2. What's the answer? Okay, we have 2/4. Now, 2/4 can still be simplified, right? So we copy 2/4 over here and divide it again by 2. So it becomes 2 divided by 2 and 4 divided by 2. Okay. What's the answer? 1/2. Very good. Now let's try if 1/2 is the lowest term already. Follow the same steps. Cannot. So our lowest term is 1/2. Okay, let's have another example before we move on to your exercise. Let's have example number 3. 12/15. Let's find the highest common factor since it's a bigger fraction this time. So what's our highest common factor? We can have 3. So we divide 12 divided by 3, 12 หาร 3, and 15 divided by 3, 12 หาร 15 หาร 3 is equal to 4/15. 4/15. Can we still divide 4 by 3? No, we cannot. How about 4 by 15 by 3? Can, but again, have to be divisible by both of the numerator and denominator. So, our lowest term is already 4/15. Okay? 4/15. Do you have any question? None so far. So, let us move on to our exercise. So, please get your notebook or sheet of paper and answer the following questions. The instruction is write each fraction in its lowest terms and show your solution. For number 1, we have 2/10, 15/25, 25ths, 6/9, 14/21, 22/57, 25/75, 4/6, and 9/27. Okay, so I will be giving you around several minutes to start answering this one. And after that one, we are going to recap the things that we have studied. Your time starts now. Okay, so are you done answering? If you're not done answering, you can watch the video again and you can send to the messenger or the line for your answer, and we are going to check it next time. Okay, so let's have the vocabulary words again. Equivalent fractions, simplify, lowest term, common factor, canceling fractions, highest common factor. So, these are the important words you have to remember when you deal with changing fractions to percentages or decimals to percentages. Okay? If you have questions, please feel free to comment down below in the comment box. So, thank you all for watching and thank you all for listening. I hope you have learned something from this video. Okay? So, goodbye everyone and keep safe always.